So, hello everyone. I'm Abdul Bainot H together with my group mates Arsad Sofia and Pikit Norhata. So, today we are going to discuss all about the 1898 Declaration of the Philippines Independence. So, bago nakalaya ang Pilipinas is maraming pagsubok o digmaan pa ang naganap. Maraming nawalan ng buhay, nasawi sa pakikipagdigma. The 1898 Declaration of Philippines Independence is in every year is ipinagdiriwang natin yung anniversary of the Philippines Independence. Kung saan patunay na nakalaya ang Pilipinas sa mga Kastila. It was proclaimed on June 12, 1898 in the Cavite El Viejo or Kawit, Cavite. Ito yung important events. Makikita dito sa picture kung saan iwinawagayway ni Emilio Aguinaldo ang flag or watawat ng Pilipinas. Naganap ito sa lugar sa Cavite El Viejo or Kawit, Cavite. End of 333 years of Spanish colonization. Saan nakalaya na ang Pilipinas sa kamay ng mga Espanyol. So, ito yung mga naging dahilan upang makamit ng Pilipinas ang kalayaan mula sa mga mananakop na Espanyol. So, paano nga nagsimula ang revolution? The declaration was 2,000 words document which summarized the reason behind the revolution against Spain and War of Independence, taking into consideration that their inhabitants being already weary of bearing the ominous yoke of Spanish domination on account of the arbitrary arrest and harsh treatment practiced by the civil guards to the extent of causing death with the convenience and even with the express orders of their commanders, who sometimes went to the extreme of ordering the shooting of prisoners under the pretext that they were attempting to escape in violation of the provisions of the regulations of their corps, which abuses were unpunished and on account of the unjust deportation, especially those decreed by General Blanco, of eminent personage and high social position. At the investigation of the Archbishop and friars, interested in keeping them out of the way of for their own selfish and avaricious purpose. Deportations which quickly brought about by a method of procedure more execrable than that of the Inquisition, and which every civilized nations reject on account of a decision being rendered without a hearing of the person accused, which is abuse of least guards, avarice and greed of clergy, unlawful shooting of prisoners, unjust deportation, unequal protection, decision without proper hearing. So, nagsimula ito sa pang-aabuso ng mga Espanyol or pagbibigyan nilang inequality or hindi magandang pakikitungo ng mga gwardya or guard sa mga Pilipino. Isa sa mga pang-aabuso ay yung tinatawag na arbitrary arrest. Arbitrary arrest o yung pag-aaresto sa isang tao na kahit wala naman silang warrant to arrest, pero naaresto pa rin nila kahit wala silang ebidensya na may kasalanan yung tao. So, sa pang-aabuso na ginagawa ng mga Espanyol during method of colonization. At kasalo na rin sa ginagawa ng mga guards is yung shooting, or ito yung pagbaril sa isang tao na tumatakas. Hindi man lang nila ito hinuhuli kasi binabaril na agad. Sa utos ng kanilang commander is binabaril na nila ang mga tumatakas na mga Filipino. Kahit na pumatay man ang mga commander ng Pilipino is binabaliwala lang ito ng mga Kastila. Hindi nila ito binibigyan ng hustisya ang pagkamatay ng isang tao. Kung kaya't ito rin ang naging dahilan kaya nagkaroon ng himagsikan dahil sa maling pangangalakad ng gobyerno ng mga Kastila at sa maling pagtrato nila sa mga Pilipino. Kasama na rin ang deportation. deportation. Ito yung pag-exile sa isang tao na or di kaya ito yung di makatarungang pag-exile sa isang tao sa dinadala nila yung mga prisoner sa hindi pamilyar na lugar. Meaning to say is ito yung maling pagtrato o yung kulangan ng proteksyon ng mga Kastila. Mas binibigyan nila ng priority ang mga kauri nila kaysa sa mga Pilipino. Dahil doon, nagkaroon ng himagsikan sa pangunguna ni Emilio Aguinaldo. Tabiyak na bato, kung saan naging strongful ni Emilio Aguinaldo or ito yung naging kuta niya sa panahon ng pagkipagdigma sa mga Kastila. Ito rin ang naging dahilan kung bakit nagkaroon ng kasunduan between the Katipunan and Kastila. Ngunit kahit nagkaroon ng kasunduan ng Spanish People Agreement is hindi pa rin sila kontento o nagtitiwala. Nakarating ang pagkikihimagsik ng mga Pilipino sa iba't ibang lugar sa bansa katulad ng mga probinsya. Si Emilio Aguinaldo at ang kanyang kasamahan is pumunta sila sa probinsya para maghanap ng mga kasapi o mga lalaking magiging kasapi nila laban sa pagkikipagdigma sa Espanyol. At dahil doon, inisyu na nila ang paggunang independence kasi maraming tao ang sumanib sa kanila upang maghimagsik. In the town of Cavite, Vigo, in this province of Cavite, on the twilight boy of Juan Raitzen, 199. Before me, Don Ambrosio Flergeres Bautista, Auditor of War, the Special Commissioner appointed to panel and solemnize Miss Act by the dictatorial torment of these Philippine Islands for the purposes and by vine of the circular address by the eminent dictator of Don Emilio Aguinaldo Y. Fami. We acknowledge, approve, and confirm together with the orders that have been issued, therefore, the dictatorship established by Don Emilio Aguinaldo, we honor as the supreme chief of this nation, which this day commences to have a life of its own. The dictatorship established by Don Emilio Aguinaldo, we honor as the supreme chief of this nation, which this day commences to have a life of its own, in the belief that he is the instrument selected by God, in spite of his humble origin, to effect the redemption of this unfortunate people, as foretold by Dr. Jose Rizal in the magnificent verses which he composed when he was preparing to be shot, liberating them from the yoke of Spanish domination in punishment of the impunity with which their government allowed the commission of abuses of subordinates. So, if we are talking about the contribution of Jose Rizal, he was siya yung naging dahilan kung bakit nagkaroon ng himagsikan. Dahil kung hindi dahil sa kanyang mga libro na isinulat is hindi mapupukaw ang kaisipan ng mga tao o ng mga Pilipino o mga tao sa ibang bansa na ganito pala yung pagtrato ng mga Espanyol sa mga Pilipino. And then, dahil doon, walang katarungan ang pagbatay kay Dr. Jose Rizal. Kasi noon is sa panahon ng mga Espanyol, hindi gobyerno or guard or commander or ang mga matataas na posisyon sa gobyerno nila, kundi yung mga praile kasi sila yung nasusunod. Kasi sinasabi nila na malapit daw sila sa Diyos. Kasama nila ang Diyos. So lahat ng desisyon o yung pagbatay kay Jose Rizal is nagmumula yun o nanggagaling yun sa mga praile or pare. Si Emilio Aguinaldo naman is nagpunta siya sa Hong Kong para makikipagdigma sa Spanish. Kahit nandun siya sa Hong Kong is pinagpatuloy niya pa rin ang laban. Umuwi siya sa Manila Bay para ituloy ang pagkikipagdigma sa Espanyol. So, Dr. and also narrates the Cavite Immunity of January 1872. The cause, the infamous execution of Mark here, native priest Jose Burgos, Mariano Gomez, and Jacinto Zamora, whose innocent bloodshed through the intrigues of the so-called religious orders that incited the three secular priests in the Said Montini. So, Gomborja or yung tatlong priest na sina Jose Vargas, Mariano Gomez, and Jacinto Zamora is namatay sila sa Cavite, Montini on January 1872. And finally, it was unanimously resolved that this nation independence from this day must use the same flag used heretofore, whose design, colors, and described in the accompanying drawing with design representing in natural colors the three arms referred to. So, the white triangle represents the distinctive emblem of the famous Katipunan Society, and the three-star represents three principal islands of the archipelago sa Luzon, Mindanao, and Panay or Visayas. Ang sun naman o yung araw is nag-represent siya sa gigantic strides that have been made by sun of the land. Ang eight rays naman na nakapaligid sa sun is symbolized of the province of Manila, Cavite, Bulacan, Pampanga, Nueva Ecija, Bataan, Laguna, and Batangas. Ang blue-red naman is commemorate those of the flag of the United States of North America. Another meaning here is the white triangle daw is represent sa katipunan. And yung red-blue colors of the flag are associated with courage and peace.
The Proclamation of Philippines Independence, Declaration of Independence. With the government liberating Aguinaldo to that it was necessary to declare the independence of the Philippines, he believed that such a move would inspire the people to fight more eagerly against the Spaniards, and at the same time lead the foreign countries to recognize the independence of the country. Mabini, who had by now been made Aguinaldo's unofficial advisor, objected. He based his object on the fact that it was more important to recognize the government in such a manner as to convince the foreign powers of the competence and stability of the new government that to proclaim Philippines independence at such an early period. Aguinaldo, however, stood his ground and won. On June 12, between 4 and 5 in the afternoon, Aguinaldo, in the presence of a hug crowd, proclaimed the independence of the Philippines at Cavite El Viejo, Kuwait. For the first time, the Philippines national flag, made in Hong Kong by Mrs. Marcela Agoncillo, assisted by Lorenza Agoncillo and Delfina Herbosa, was officially hosted and the Philippines National March played in public. The Act of Declaration of Independence was prepared by Ambrosio Ryanzares Bautista, who also read it. A passage in the Declaration remained one of another passage in the American Declaration of Independence. The Philippines Declaration was signed by 98 persons, among them an American Army officer who witnessed the proclamation. The proclamation of Philippines independence was, however, promulgated on August 1, when many towns has already been organized under the rules laid down by the dictatorial government. Protectorate proclaimed. Aguinaldo continued his mood for conciliation. The next step was the proclamation of the Philippines independence on June 12, 1898. Appropriate celebrations marked the event in Kuwait, at which the Philippines flag was officially raised and the Philippine national anthem first public slayed. The declaration was prepared by Ambrosio Ryanzares Bautista, who patterned it after the American Declaration of Independence. Aguinaldo invited Dewey to the festivities, but the latter declined the invitation and did not even report the event to Washington. The declaration was signed by 98 persons, including an American officer, L.M. Johnson, colonel and artillery. Summary of the history background of Act of Declaration of the Philippines Independence. The Philippines Declaration of Independence, Spanish Act de la Proclamación de Independencia del Pueblo Filipino, an act of the proclamation of the independence of the Filipino people, was written by Ambrosio R. Bautista, War Counselor and Special Delegate State of the Revolutionary Philippines Government. It was read by Bautista during the proclamation of Philippine independence on June 12, 1898. The event took place between 4 and 5 in the afternoon at the Ancestral Home Maguindanao in Kawit featured the unfolding of the Philippines flag, so in the Hong Kong by Marcelo Agoncillo, Lawrence Agoncillo, and Delfina Herbosa, and the playing of the Marcha Filipina Magdalo composed. Background of author Ambrosio Rienzare Bautista. On December 7, 1830, Ambrosio Rienzares Bautista, lawyer and General Emilio Ginaldo's confident, was born in Binian, Laguna to Gregorio Enriquez Bautista and Silvestra Altamera. He attended preparatory school in Binyan and studied law of the University of Santo Tomas UST. Obtaining a degree in 1865, he then practiced law in Manila and offered free legal services to poor clients. Whilst practicing law, Bautista, on his way to Malolos, Bulacan, was captured by a group of bandits who subsequently learned that he had saved many of their friends as a defender of the poor in court cases against rich peoples and Spaniards. The bandits apologized to Bautista and set him free. Bautista, who was arrested and jailed at the outbreak of revolution, was the one who authored the Act of Declaration of Philippines Independence. He was also the one who read the declaration during the June 12, 1898.
So, I am Norhata Dansalan Pikit. So, for these particular documents, we are about to discuss the content and contextual analysis of the Declaration of Philippines Independence documents. We are giving our analysis at the same time important highlights of this very significant event in our history. The primary purpose of this study is to present the primary source, the author's background, also the importance and relevance of these documents in our history. This undertaking is a significant turning point in the history of the country because it signaled the end of the 333 years of Spanish colonization. The declaration was a short 2,000-word document which summarized the reason behind the revolution, against Spain, the war for independence, and the future of the new republic under Emilio Aguinaldo. So this particular document was written by Ambrosio Rienzares Bautista, also known as Don Boshong, later translated by Suplicio Guevara, an author born on year 1904. Ambrosio Rienzares Bautista was born on December 7, 1830 at Binan, Laguna, Captaincy General of the Philippines. In addition, the Declaration of Philippines Independence was proclaimed on June 12, 1898 in El Viejo, Kawit, Cavite, at the balcony of General Emilio Aguinaldo's residence. The declaration was signed by 98 persons. Moving forward, the highlights of the proclamation speech include: first, it includes a characterization of the conditions of the Philippines during the Spanish colonial period. The document specially method the abuses and inequalities in the colony. So as we all know, since we were colonized with the Spaniard for more than 300 years, we suffered a lot, and there is inequalities and abuses that happens during their stay here in the country. The second, a brief historical overview of the Spanish occupation in the Philippines since the Magellan's arrival in the Visayas until the Philippines Revolution in 1898, with the specific details about the latter, especially after the Pact of Biak na Bato hand collapse. Third, the mention of Rizal's execution, calling it unjust. The Cavite Mutiny of January 1872 that caused the infamous execution of the martyred native priest Jose Borgus, Mariano Gomez, and Jacinto Zamora, whose innocent blood was shed through the intrigues of those so-called religious orders that seated the three secular priests in the said mutiny. The five, the established republic would be led under the dictatorship of Emilio Aguinaldo. 6. Its explanation on the Philippines flag that was waved on the same day.